In today's video, we take a look at a man who advises to not pay for the drinks of a woman, and this group of independent women who are dependent on a man for buying them drinks. But before we jump in, please make sure to subscribe the channel and turn on the bell notification.
When you go out, are you buying your own drinks?
Never. No. Absolutely not. Don't buy your own drinks, lady.
I don't buy shit.
Sometimes. 50-50. Sometimes. No. No. Never.
Oh.
Yeah. 90% of the time, no. Yes. Even if a guy offers me, yes, I buy my own drinks.
I respect that.
No, the man will buy them for you.
Stop it.
No. Absolutely not.
No.
Yes, I do.
Usually a guy buys them for me. I mean, tonight, yes. There's no men here.
You're barely a girl. Shut up.
Yes. Always. Yeah. Barely. Yes, I always buy my own drink. We've bought our own drinks.
You gotta have your own money. But if someone offers you a drink, I'm not gonna say no.
How are you getting these drinks?
People buy them for me.
Who's people?
Guys, mainly.
How are you getting your drinks?
Men.
Y'all are paying for her drinks?
Yeah, they are.
You find an old man. Sugar daddy. A sugar daddy. Someone buys them for me. You have.
This is the real state of the modern women who claim that they are independent and don't need a man, but all of that strong attitude is only there until the check has not hit the table, cause once it does, almost all of them suddenly need a man. And that's why this guy says that men should never pay for the drinks of such women.
This is why I'm against buying girls drinks at the bar. Fellas, let's talk. You see, a lot of dudes think buying a girl a drink is a noble act. In a man's head, he offered to buy something for a complete stranger. He thinks that women would show him gratitude, thanks, and stick around and have a conversation. But fellas, one thing you gotta understand about women, they don't see you buying them a drink as a noble act. They come to the club expecting it. Why else would they put on uncomfortable shoes, hours worth of makeup, fake hair and fake lashes? They came there to get free drinks. So when you buy her one, she's not seeing it as some type of noble act because she was expecting you to buy her one. Pro tip, never talk to a girl while she's in line to get a drink. Because when you get to the front, she may look at you like, oh yeah, like what are we drinking? Bitch. If anything, wait till she buys her a drink, walks away, then talk to her. Let's go, Kings.
He's right. Most women think that they are entitled to get free stuff from men just because they are with him or are talking to him. What they fail to understand is that those days are long gone and no man apart from a simp is going to succumb to their demands as shown in this clip here.
Alright, we're back with another give and take. This time we're addressing a question from a lovely young lady who's asking,
tell me if I'm tripping. Let me know.
well, the short answer is yes, you definitely be tripping. But the more important question that you should be asking is, why are you tripping? Let's find out.
I just need to know from a men's perspective, are y'all waiting on girls to talk to you first?
The unequivocal answer is yes we are. Why? Because that's what you told us you wanted us to do. You told us specifically, don't approach you. Don't come anywhere near you. You and your fellow sisters told us that, well, you feel safer with a bear than you do with us. So we better stay the hell away. And we heard you and decided to let the bears have you. Poor bears. Which begs the question I and every other guy out there are wondering right now, which is, why the hell are you asking us where we went? Why are you asking us why we aren't approaching when all we're doing is giving you exactly what you asked for?
Like, are you waiting on a girl to ask you on a date first? Because that's crazy to me.
Why is it crazy? Y'all been fighting for equality for decades now. Now you got it. And now it's on you to do the asking out. It's also on you to start paying for the dates. This wasn't our idea. It was yours. So if you think it's crazy, well,
like when you're out in public and you're making eyes with a girl and you're like making it known that you're attracted to her, but you're not going to say something. How are you not going to say something?
easy. One, because that's what you told us not to do. Two, there's really no benefit to approaching you anymore. Not with the reality that over 55% of marriages are ending in divorce. And of those half remaining, half of those lead to misery for men. And the big difference between men versus women is men look at things with logic, not emotion. So when you look at things rationally and realize there is a far greater risk of losing everything by making approach than there is gaining something, it's an easy decision to make. Turn around and walk away, which is exactly what men are doing. More and more of them every day. And then there's the third reason, the biggest one of all. It's simply too risky to approach you. In the post-Me Too days, women have weaponized false allegations. Women have decided that any approach that's unwelcome is nothing short of harassment. And they've proven time and again they have no problem destroying a man's life because they decided he wasn't worthy enough to approach them. Again, we didn't create this dynamic. You did. You labeled all men as risky. You've stated time and again, it's all men till it's no men. Well, men have heard that. And even though they're not one of those bad men, they can't take the chance that you'll decide they are.
Where are the huevos? Where are the huevos these days? I feel like there's so many, times that guys want to say something to girls and they don't.
Do you ever notice how women try and get a reaction and a response from men by insulting their manhood? Saying things like, where's the huevos? I mean, I get it. It's what other women have taught them they should do. But in reality, all it does is cause men to tune you out. But I will address your question, and I hate to break it to you, darling, but it has nothing to do with the huevos. It's pure logic. Men have done an assessment, looked at the ROI, and found it to be wanting. Put another way, the risk simply outweighs the reward, or as many like to say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Is there a guy watching this that can give us some insight? Why don't you just do it?
Well, I've given you the answer to that question. But the real question is, what are you going to do with that answer? And I already know the answer to that. 99.99% of the women that have gotten this far are going to go, that's not right. You're wrong. Because that's what women do. They tell men who express their feelings, emotions, thoughts, and opinions that they're wrong. Because they, as women, know better what men think and feel than men do. They honestly believe that. But maybe, just maybe, one or two women will look at this and go look in the mirror and say, what do I have to offer to men? And let me make it clear, ladies, we don't care how much money you have or what your title is or any of that crap. So when you answer that question, don't answer it based on what women want, which is the shallow, materialistic things. Answer it based on what men want. Though let's be honest, most of you don't have a clue what that is because you don't ask men. Or if you do, you don't listen to their answers.
Men not approaching women anymore, and them knuckleheads calling for it is something we see on a daily basis. But a man giving them a befitting reply without getting canceled is something that is rare. And for the girl in this clip, you and your fellows got what you asked for, and now please spare us men from dealing with you. You can have as many girlfriends you want to talk about your shallow perspective, cause sooner or later, you are going to end up like these women here.
So I just got through having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing what do we miss most about being in a committed relationship. And we both agreed that it was that emotional connection. Now, of course, we miss the sex, of course. But when you have that emotional connection with somebody, the sex is so much greater.
What was my worst date ever during my dating escapades after a divorce? I'm so glad you asked. I can't wait to tell you. 7:40, I walk out with my head held high by myself. No text, no call. But I do get a call 2 days later.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men fucking with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older.
I've been divorced a long time, about 7 years now, and I have learned so many lessons. And I would like to save some other people some of those lessons, even though I do think some of them are good for you and you have to learn. But I think we should give each other some tips. Number one, when you've been married for 20 years and you come out thinking, oh, it's just going to be sunshine and roses, I'm going to find somebody, I'm going to have a new wonderful relationship. No, you're not.
I'm just sitting here thinking, social media got people fooled like everybody is replaceable, and it's not true. Listen, just because you find someone who looks good doesn't mean they have good energy. It doesn't mean they have good intentions, and it does not mean that they're a good person.